way to schedule your technicians? Let me show you the key to streamlined operations with the schedule board in Microsoft Dynamics. Welcome to Frontline Focus. Hi, still Cody McClanahan, a technical specialist in the business applications group here at Microsoft. Welcome to our first video in our series that's focused on scheduling. Check out our earlier videos on managing work demand. Today will be all about finding the right person at the right time and place to do the work. And we'll spend the majority of our time looking at our schedule board. So without further ado, let's jump into the system. All right, so we are inside of Dynamics Field Service on our schedule board. So let me collapse this navigation, give us a little more real estate. I want to do a quick harbor tour of all aspects of the schedule board so we all know what we're seeing here. So up at the top these are different locations. Again, if you only need to see one or only responsible for scheduling one location, you're only going to ever see one. So for this portion of the demonstration, I am on the facilities. So I did facility management. So all these resources are located in a single site. And that's why over on the right side, you can see the map, them traveling to that location. And so let's talk about our resources down here on the left. So resources can be individual people, they can be equipment, or they can be crews. So I think if I scroll down, so I have an install crew made up of two people and one bucket truck. And so again, if there's a job that requires multiple resources, that will be fulfilled by that crew. So a bit more about resources here. Again, obviously we can right click on eFrame here, view that resource card. So easily get their contact information, their phone number, whether to email them or chat along with their skills. So again, eFrame here is proficient at assembly maintenance along with elevator working. And so speaking of being able to chat with the resource right here, of course, we do have Teams embedded right inside of Dynamics, us being Microsoft. So there's no real reason to leave this screen, no swivel chair activity. So I have some chats related to specific work orders, but again, you can just have chats with individuals down there at the bottom. And so let's continue. Let's close Copilot here, not for this session. So we talked about the route that these folks are taking here. Let's talk about down here at the bottom. And this is all of the unscheduled work we have. And so you can have as many buckets as you want. I've seen a lot of customers do this, right, where they create an urgent one. So make sure this is fulfilled or all emptied out before start going into maybe a preventive maintenance. In this view, I just have all other work. So if I click in on it, again, you can see some of those lower priority things that I'll want to get through the urgent ones quickly. Of course, in here in the middle is their schedule, right? So you can see a little bit of shading, and most of these folks start working at 8. eFrame here starts at 9, goes a little bit longer. We'll talk through the legend, I think, on another screen because it's a bit more impactful. But of course, color coordinated on what status they are, and what have you. So let's talk about how we get things onto their schedule. Really 3 different ways. The first is manual. So I can see I have a lighting issue down here, and I'm going to drag it. Right away, it's showing the time, how big of a job it is. Now, for this one, it's also, we are supposed to do it early last month. So you can see the time promise kind of just as a warning. Hey, you really should have done this. And obviously, that's not possible. Just due to it's today and not 9/18. So I'm going to drop it on their schedule. Again, easy, drag and drop. But that really, you have to know all of your technician skills, right? And be able to know that I'm giving them the right job to make them successful. Let's talk about the second way. That's really using our schedule assistant. So I've highlighted another job here, and I'm just have the system find me who it thinks should be the right resource. So what that's going to do, it works so quickly. Let me talk about it, and I'll tell you how it worked. So it's suggesting Marcus and eFrame. Again, this is a list view here. So I can see they're both taking about 40 minutes travel time. Marcus does have a quicker or a shorter route. But the easiest way I like to do it is that Gantt view we've been used to seeing. So easily see, okay, I can drop it here for Marcus to start the beginning of the day. Again, solely because Ephraim starts later. So I can drop it right there and say book and exit. And what that's doing is that's dropping it on Marcus's calendar. So again, that's that semi-automated, right? So what it did, right, was look at what were the requirements of that job, what were my resources, skills. Again, Marcus is kind of my go-to demo guy, so he's good at a lot of things. But you can see down here, elevator is the one that picked up that made him potentially successful for this job. Then the third way is automated, and we'll save it for a different video called resource schedule optimization. Let me switch to a board that I've run that on. And it creates something like this, right? So it's taking all your work down here at the bottom, all their availability, and it's making the most optimal schedule. So for this, I am asking it to do all the higher priority and minimize travel. So you can see little gaps here and there. Again, this is out in West Texas, so travel is inevitable. But you can see different colors, different statuses. Again, if you ever forget what those are, luckily we have that all here right there. And so this way, I'll say for a second video on scheduling to make a fully optimized schedule. Really excited. And that is kind of the harbor tour of the schedule board. Again, obviously, I've geared it more towards hourly. You can easily switch it to different type of views. You can also filter. So again, versus just a unit here, you can start saying, I just want people with certain skills. If there's a lot of jobs that you want to schedule, again, manually. And that's a wrap. I've loved the suggestions people have been messaging me. So please keep them coming on problems you want me to solve or great solutions you've created. Thanks for tuning in to Frontline Focus, Dynamics 365, Field Service in a Flash. Stay tuned for more quick tips and solutions to keep your frontline operations running smoothly. Until next time, keep your focus on the front line.